Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here. Back at it again with another movie review. Actually, this is the last one. It's crazy, for at least for a while, because, I mean, not until movie 22 comes out, and even then, that's not really a movie review where I'm, like, overly excited. But, we have our final movie. TSS. What is
Yes,
our
my
final
friend.
movie?
All right. I will gladly tell you it. Actually, I don't even need the damn website because I can tell you it off the top of my head.
You.
It is. Yeah. It's Gekijoban Pocket Monster Minna no Monogatari, or Pocket Monsters, the theatrical presentation, everyone's story.
And in English, they just said The Power of Us, which I think is a pretty good localization.
Callback.
It actually isn't. It actually is one of the worst things that
Knew
they've
we
done.
couldn't
Damn.
do.
I'm gonna.
Knew we couldn't do it. Couldn't do
How
it.
dare you have an opinion,
I
Terrell?
couldn't do it. I got thought. I
I like it.
almost.
I like that because the original movie was called The Power of One.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with movie two. Nothing to
I
do
mean,
with.
Lugia.
Yeah, but that's
It
like
wa-
saying
it
that's
was
like
a
saying
dub
that
opening
the
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's like saying that the Whirl Islands is canon to movie two, which isn't true.
It could be if you believed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you use Pokemon power.
Poke power.
Yeah.
Lord Almighty, that was something
Oh
else.
goodness.
But yeah, so we're gonna. This is probably one. This is the second of our alternate timeline or universe movies, and I don't think there's really much else to say. But Tyrone, just get into the plot summary, because this is my first time watching it. I watched it in Japanese. I'm pretty sure I don't need to ask. TSS always watches shit in Japanese, and I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
also watched it in English as well.
really.
Yeah, you can watch both.
Yeah, but see, all right, listen, I always question it because usually the overwhelming argument is that the Japanese version is better. So I always assume, especially with TSS, I
Oh, the
always
Japanese
assume.
version probably is better, but this
It
time they're
is.
both good.
It is, but they're much closer than they ever have been.
Okay.
Yeah. They're both good.
And I'm guessing you watched the dub, Tyrone.
I did watch the dub.
Okay. Tyrone, get into the plot summary.
All right, Pokemon movie 21. So, the movie basically begins. Now, I'm actually glad that there is only three of us this time because this plot is going to be a little all over the place, but I'm
Yeah.
going to try to go through it as fast as possible. So, the movie begins and opens up actually with Risa, this girl named Risa. She lives in Fulla City, and her brother had messed up his ankle, and he wants her to do him a favor and catch a Pokemon. They also comment on the fact that Risa used to be a national track runner. However, she messed up her ankle a long time ago, so now she just completely quit running altogether. She's fine now, but she quit running back then. Then, as she's going out, she ends up we end up cutting to Margot. Margot is a little girl who is the daughter of the mayor of Fulla City. Then we cut to Ash. Ash is just happy to be here. And we cut to Fulla City. Fulla City is basically known to have this legend where Lugia gave the city the gift of the wind. The gift of the wind was given when Lugia was led by the Eternal Flame because a giant fire happened a long time ago. We cut then to Uncle Callahan. This guy is basically a fibber. He lies about pretty much everything, but he does it in good spirit to impress his niece named Kelly. And then once we get introduced to all of these characters, we also get introduced to Miss Harriet. She is an old woman that hates Pokemon. After that, we end up getting introduced to Team Rocket as well. And when we get introduced to Team Rocket, they are basically showing to be doing some scheming around Fulla City because they heard that there's some really rare Pokemon around here. And then we also get introduced to Torrent. Torrent is basically a scientist, but he's very nervous. He's very socially awkward. He doesn't like human interaction by any way whatsoever, but he does love Pokemon and he knows a lot about them and he cares about them. During all of these events, we see that a contest is showing up where everybody can show up and try to capture Pokemon. Callahan enters the the competition along with Ash. And when they all enter the competition, Callahan ends up meeting Torin beforehand and asks him to help him. Because Callahan has such an outgoing voice, they agree that if he helps him, Callahan will help him in the presentation that he has on Pokemon Research. Callahan ends up cheating in order to capture a lot of the Pokemon in the contest, and Ash ends up making most of his time preoccupied to save a Tyranitar who was roped up by a bunch of wires during the catching contest. Ash ends up getting second place in the catching contest, and Callahan ends up getting first, but it's because he cheated. Because of this, though, Risa's impressed by Callahan's catching skills and asks where they can find the Pokemon that she was looking for. Callahan basically states that there's a rare Pokemon out, which has everybody in the town looking for this rare Pokemon, but Margot gets worried that they're talking about the rare Pokemon that she knows of. So she goes off and goes to do a couple of schemes to prevent the festival from going any further. Meanwhile, Team Rocket is caught up because Team Rocket is up to no good trying to steal something during the science presentation. Callahan ends up getting caught cheating because of the video footage that was shown, and after this we get a large scene of depression pretty much throughout the entire city. Also, Harriet's there because she ended up getting hit with this sweet scent chemical that causes Pokemon to follow her even though she wants nothing to do with them. And then after that we see the next day starts up and the Eternal Flame is stolen. The problem with this, Lugia can't find a specific area in Flula City even though it's so huge, whatever. But after that, they go to look for the Eternal Flame, and it turns out that these poachers ended up trying to look for the rare Pokemon, and they end up seeing Zeraora, but Zeraora ends up attacking the poachers and causes them to leave, but Zeraora ends up getting knocked out because it was so injured. We find out here that Ash discovers everybody else because everybody pretty much leads towards the forest area, and it turns out Margot was the one who stole the Eternal Flame because she wanted the festival to stop so people can leave so that they can stop tracking Zeraora. Team Rocket ended up stealing a chemical back then when they were at the research facility, and they ended up dropping the chemical. This chemical has the effect Spore. Spore is usually used as an effect in order to cause numbness towards Pokemon, but this time it was used because breaking it down has a cure for human diseases. It ends up causing a giant smoke outbreak to take over the city. Harriet states that the only way they can solve this is to get up the entire old windmill factory that used to exist in Flula City a long time ago, because she used to work there. Unfortunately, she only has the key there, but the reason she has the key is because she had a Snubble a long time ago. They gave her the key right before he ended up dying due to an explosion from the fire that happened from the old factory. The very factory that Zeraora tried to save Pokemon from when the fire happened a long time ago. That's why everybody stated that Zeraora was nothing more than a myth, because they were trying to separate Zeraora from the city so that nobody tries to catch it. So they're essentially doing the same thing that Margot's trying to do, is just that the old mayor lied. Anyway, when Tora finally steps up in order to make this cure for the smoke, we see that Callahan ends up befriending a Sudowoodo that he befriended in the catching contest. The two end up working together, and thanks to everybody's efforts and Ash telling Risa to basically get back to running again since she can build up the courage because she caught Eevee, because Ash taught her to catch a Pokemon, and she ended up catching Eevee. She finds the strength to run all the way to the area to return the Eternal Flame back to where it began, and then after that, we see that the rest of everybody helps to get the fans moving. Once the fans start moving, Zeraora comes back up and is healed. They end up fighting Zeraora for a while, though, because it hates humans. Thanks to its efforts, though, Ash ends up getting its trust. And when things start to break apart, Zeraora stops a giant tower from falling on Flula City. Risa finally gets the Eternal Flame back to where it came from. Lugia is able to summon the rain in order to stop the rest of the fire. Everything goes back to the way it was, and it also is revealed that Risa's brother is actually the host that's been giving exposition on the news the entire time. And everybody is safe. The festival continues as scheduled, and everybody's happy, and the movie is over.
Yay.
Woo!
Woo! Can you breathe?
That's
Breathe,
a lot.
Tyrone.
It's a lot.
Breathe. He's okay, folks. He's okay.
I still feel like I missed some stuff, but it's a lot that happens
There's
in
a
that
lot.
movie.
There's a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like little tiny things, like the like the city completely going onto darkness, and there's other things like that.
There was no way we were gonna get everything in its
Yeah,
time.
there's no way. Just watch the movie
And
because
besides,
it's power packed.
Watch the movie because every moment in that movie feels like it's giving something to contribute towards the movie. There's never really a moment that I look at and go, "Well, this is a waste of time."
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the most consistently packed films where there's like I can honestly say there is no wasted moment. I haven't been able to say that for a film in a while. I think it's been a good stretch for me at least of films where I could say, oh, there was like something you could have thrown out there or here. This is one of the most tightly packed films in a while. So I guess just to get my general thoughts and impressions, since this is actually my first time watching it, I know you two have seen it before. And for those asking in the chat, it's only TSS and Tyrone, primarily because everyone has lives and it's really fucking hard to consistently get everybody. But god damn it, we're gonna be taking a break after this for obvious reasons, that and DC. So I wanted to get this out now instead of dragging it out for like 3 or more weeks. But yeah, this is my first time watching this film. I would probably say this is the closest I've come to crying since.
All right.
That's not. Don't clap about that. How is that in the comment? That's
That means it's beautiful.
Clap for the movie. Don't clap for me. I don't want to cry.
It means it's beautiful.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not
this
beautiful.
This movie's beautiful, by the way.
Let's relax. All right, relax. This has been the closest I've come to crying probably since. Shit, I'm trying to think what was the last movie that even got me close to crying. I guess technically either movie 2 or 3. Probably 2. 2 got close. You know what we're gonna start with? Let's just start here. This is probably the best rendition of Ash I've had in a while, yo. I love this stereotypical shonen. I'm just the inspiring main character Ash we got here. Because it allows him to be as close to the OG Ash as he's been in a while. I love that. He has like 3 or 4 really good moments in this film. And they're all spaced out pretty evenly within the film. Like the earlier scene where he's stopping the Tyranitar from rampaging, and him being inspirational to Lisa. I knew her as Lisa in the Japanese because I don't know why they changed that name. I feel like that name could have been fine.
I think it's just a misinterpretation.
It feels so weird too, because normally it's the other way around.
And the funny thing is, the Japanese trademark name is Lisa. So I don't understand.
It's weird because normally we're the ones that change the R's to L's. So it's so weird that it's the other way around. Now we change the L to R. We're the ones called Risa, whereas this one, they're calling her Lisa.
I know the scientists do this. Torito, I think is it. Is it Torito?
Yeah. Oh, I call them all by their English names.
I know you go. That's why it took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh right.
Oh, by the way, you want to know what I also find weird? Remember in Volcanian's movie, I could barely remember anyone's name and it was less people. But in this movie, there's significantly more characters and I remember all their names.
Yeah, because they're all important.
Yeah, they're all plot important. The movie isn't like an Ash movie. It's literally more of a just.
It's literally
everybody's movie.
Story. Yeah, it's literally everyone's movie.
Okay.
Also,
guys, you keep talking. Apparently, my store is calling me. So be
okay. While we're doing that, I want to also talk about Hisui, the old woman.
Yes.
Because
Harriet in English.
Yes. Yeah. Because in Japanese, she is voiced by
Goku.
Yes. Masako Nozawa.
Yeah.
Yes. Masako Nozawa.
Goku.
Yes.
Goku. Yes. Goku is in this movie. This is canon.
Yep. Japanese Goku.
I feel bad because I recognize that voice actor. I recognize her also in being in One Piece. So
she's everywhere. She was in freaking Galaxy Express 3-9.
For some reason, I don't know why I didn't realize
such
that
a
was
hard,
Goku though.
Oh man, Japanese voice actors are such a hard fucking work. That's because she got range.
There's actually another character who has a familiar voice that blew me away. Damn it! I can't think of it on top of my head.
You want to know?
I'm looking at the Japanese Wikipedia page. It's Masako Nozawa.
You want to know what I think is also interesting too? Because I think around this time we were getting the Tournament of Power in English, and Veronica Taylor is voicing Ribrianne. So we got Ash's Pokemon voice being in Dragon Ball, and we got Dragon. And meanwhile, in Japan, we've got a Dragon Ball voice actor in Pokemon. I thought that was pretty cool.
Nerd.
I just thought it was cool.
It's fine. I will say this, and I'm curious if TSS agrees. Largo, I think is her name.
Largo.
Yeah. What was up with her voice? I don't know if it was just me, but she did not sound like it felt like an uncanny valley. Like she didn't sound as young as she was supposed to be. Especially when you compare to like Lily, the niece. She didn't sound as like young as she was, so it came off kind of like
Well, then again, though, she's upper class, so she could have a little more pop.
Yeah.
I guess it seemed off a little bit to me.
Which I think, and TSS, I don't know if you do remember this episode, but in X and Y, they went to the reverse world where everybody like acts reverse of who they normally do.
Yeah, of course, I remember that.
Bonnie's voice is it's not different; it's the same voice actress, but she does her best to have Bonnie speak in a more like polite tone. And that one versus her normal tone.
Also, I love how Serena spoke Kansai Ben. I love it.
Yeah. They did that, I guess, to show off like normally Bonnie talks like.
I did watch that episode. They were in like a cave, and that's when it switched.
And the cave was like a mirror, was a reverse world. Which I love the concept, but going back to Pokemon, like you said, it's because Margot is probably more prestige than Bonnie.
Yes.
It came off just a little weird for me because I wasn't used to hearing such a. I think it's the tone. She sounded She sounded lower. Her tone sounded lower than I expected it to. But that's just that. I mean, that's just my interpretation. For me though, I was surprised how consistent they were flowing between the characters and maintaining these various relationships. And I like how Ash didn't have to be the focus in every scene. Like you had the uncle and the scientist having their interactions before they were even introduced to Ash. Ash only really introduced it with Largo and Lisa at the beginning of the film, and then they kind of like sprinkled other interactions as the film went on, like Lisa running into the uncle and him lying to her about the Pokemon. And I like how each of their stories are different. That it isn't just like, well, it all comes back to that central theme, and that's part of what makes this film so good, is that it's a very centralized theme, and the movie's like, I'm sticking to that theme, and we're gonna swirl around it like a fucking hurricane, and by the time you're done, you just get swept up in the moment. But
and I think it's all about the fact that all about the fact that freaking Tetsuo Yajima is the director of this film, not Yuyama. First movie that he didn't direct, and it happens to be this one. He has a very unique storytelling style. He also did some Doraemon episodes.
I know this isn't a Studio Ghibli film, obviously, but I feel like this is the closest Pokemon's ever gonna get.
It's by Wit Studio, the people that did Jesus Christ, I had the name on the tip of my tongue. It was
He's so close.
The anime that's not supposed to be anime.
The anime is not supposed to be anime.
Attack on Titans.
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the only way I jump started my memory.
Yeah, I just saw it in the comments. That's why. But this movie, everything has detail in it. Ash's hair, like, my God, and not even just Ash's hair, Reese's hair. I thought it would be hard to Reese's hair has so many colors, but when the wind blows or just something very subtle happens, you can see hair movement even on Pikachu, and it seems so natural.
The fur, yeah.
The fur.
Actually, and just speaking of that, I don't know if it was just me, but I was very surprised considering Lisa reminds me very much so of like a Gongoro style type of girl.
Yes.
So I was surprised that the anime decided, of all the female characters you wanted why that design for a Pokemon film, I guess. Nothing against her character. I actually enjoy her a lot. I really like her
Yeah, she did the most epic fucking torch run on the face of the planet.
it like I love that.
Foreshadowing Tokyo 2020.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But she I think I was just more surprised by some of these character designs and the variation that they didn't just try to go with a bunch of little kids and shit, or a bunch of kids with their various problems. They tried to have it vary between adults and children and teenagers. This is also like the most like traditionally anime looking film I've seen in a while. In the
Yes.
Pokemon film, like where they have what was it, Lisa was in high school and hanging out with friends and shit. Like when you're first watching some of the opening scenes in the film, it does not feel like a Pokemon film at all until you start seeing. I think it's when she goes to see her brother and her brother has like Pokemon stickers on his laptop, and I was like, oh, that's right, it's a Pokemon film. Because when you're watching it, I'm like, God, this doesn't. I almost felt like it really does feel like an alternate universe. I feel like this movie did what I wanted movie 20 to do, which was to double down on it. This is an alternate universe. We're gonna take this as far left as we can go. But wow, the movie kind of just blew me the fuck away. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh my, like I love what they tried to do. Obviously, was go for every age demographic, which they hit. They hit every age. The little children, they hit Ash's age, and then Reese is like a teenager, which she's just a popular girl teenager. She dresses like a popular girl teenager. She has like all this style and stuff. And then we've got Harriet. She's the oldest of them. We've got Callahan, the second oldest. Torrance like pretty much mid-adult, but he's socially awkward, which I'm guessing makes sense because in Japan, basically the new generation of adults in Japan, I feel I remember reading this article based on their working conditions. They're very antisocial because they just keep either going to school to get good jobs or just plain just working. They barely get any actual sleep time. So I think Torrin was like really well introduced into this because I thought it was going to follow the same pattern as every other person of his character arc. He doesn't have any courage. He's gonna step up. He still acts generally the same at the end of the movie, but he has like the progression feels natural.
It's not like a 180.
Yeah, it's not. Yes, that's what I meant. It's not a complete 180. It's a gradual growth. He's getting there.
The way I look at it is that he started at like a 65. By the time the film ends, he's like at a 75 or 80.
Yes. Yeah, he's getting there. He's developing. So, like, if the movie leaves you with that, though, to let you know, this character is going to go somewhere in the future, and that's kind of how it leaves all of them. So, and Zero Aura, I didn't really care much for Zero Aura during his release in the video games because they did a piss poor job of distributing him.
Yeah,
but but in the movie, love him, fucking love him.
I wasn't expecting that lore. I was not.
He was not a waste of time. He wasn't like Marta Shadow just to be there because the plot demanded it. He was legitimately. He's just a Pokemon. He's just a really powerful Pokemon. He's not the god of thunder. Like, Zero Aura, if it dies, all the lightning will go crazy. Or, if Zero Aura gets angry, then the entire Fulla City will be struck down by thunders of God. No, he's just a regular fucking Pokemon that likes to defend the other Pokemon in the forest. But it works so well.
Some would say he's the voice of the forest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, not
got his ass.
No.
Got him.
Yeah, and I love that Ash and Pikachu had a battle with them to calm them down because we got our Pokemon battle, fixed, and it was a beautiful battle.
Like I said, they even though Ash isn't like the main focus of the film, they still give him a bunch of standout moments that allow him to be him.
Right.
And allows the fans of Ash to get the Ash that they enjoy. He has his classic hat turning back around sequence, defending Pokemon that are being attacked. Like, that is
and he's competent.
The best scene they double back on I love is at the beginning of the movie. The kids are like harassing Largo, and he catches the fucking lemon.
Oh my God.
That is such a cool introduction. And then they redo the same sequence when I believe the hunters are attacking her in Zorora. And he comes in with the same level of swag, and I'm just like, let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, she's about to get attacked, and Pikachu uses Iron Tail and the fucking. Oh, I was like, this is awesome. And
Listen, he's coming in to get the panties all wet. That's all he came to do.
Oh, by the way, he whipped those kids in that Fanfy's ass. Like, he tore them apart. I don't even think Ash used any electric moves, obviously, because electric moves wouldn't work on Fanfy. So he strictly just beat him with Iron Tail and Quick Attack. Like, dude came in like a boss. And he would have won the catching contest if Callahan didn't cheat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also weird, we get to see Ash catching Ekans on screen.
Yeah.
I don't know, never thought I'd see that.
Oh, to be fair, I don't think anyone liked to see. But I like even how the catching contest served a purpose because it had the interaction between Torito and what's his name in Japanese? I know Callahan's his English name. What's his Japanese name?
That's a good question.
I don't fucking remember. Hold on a second.
Now, one thing, obviously, it didn't go through in translation, but I know Sudowoodo says Sudowoodo a lot, and Callahan sort of calls Sudowoodo out on the whole way he's saying Sudowoodo.
Yeah, because his name in Japanese means like lie.
Liar, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's kind of hard to translate that.
So yeah, it's hard to really like work that around, but it didn't bug me. I didn't stop and go, oh, that was a terrible translation.
Kagachi.
Ah,
it's hard to pronounce it. I got you. I'm not a.
Yeah, and then like Callahan throws his Pokeball away, and Sudowoodo digs it out of the trash so it could be his Pokemon again.
Oh,
great.
They give everybody emotional moments. I think the one that I think he has probably one of the better emotional moments. I think the other character who really gets a good one is probably Lisa's. Where Eevee goes and gets the fucking sacred flame, and she's and it's pulling it in its teeth, and she's like, "Why are you trying so hard?" And
I love the Scottish dub version of that.
The Scottish dub version.
The fuck are you doing?
No. Anybody see? I think after the whole Sword and Shield thing, somebody actually like dubbed like that whole scene where Lisa's trying to catch Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you have Satoshi, Lisa, and Pikachu, and they all have like Scottish accents.
Oh goodness!
Of course.
That was great.
I love her. I love Lisa's. Well, yeah, Risa. I love Lisa's theme of when something bad happened, she quit, and then now she's actually getting back into it again. And I love that she was an athletic track star. Like, I like that. Other occupancies other than fucking Pokemon. That makes the world so much bigger. I've never actually heard of an athlete in the fucking Pokemon anime unless you count season 1.
I'm so glad you said that because the first thing I thought when you said it, you were like, I've never heard of an athlete. What? You never heard of an athlete?
No,
I know you're in that life, but Jesus Christ.
No, but I like it's so cool to see that people take up other stuff other than just Pokemon. It made the world seem so much bigger because she's coming into this basically as a teenager who knows nothing about Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's like full noobsville, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I also really like her brothers. Her brother disguised as the newscaster. That's fun. That was a fun.
It trips me out that you were able to make a character that was introduced, and we only find out at the very end of the film that he was the newscaster, and it's like why do I enjoy this character so much? Although it does make
also because he gave Lisa a pair of sunglasses with a built-in like transmitter in it,
aka Edith. He gave her Edith.
No,
fucking glasses from Spider-Man.
No, listen, that's too new of a reference. You have to be a little bit old school with it, all right?
Long story short, he gave her some spy glasses.
Okay, there you go. You have to generalize for the audience.
Yeah, I like that everything had something connected to. Like, any part of the movie feels like it's like always going to be connected to another part. There's never
Yeah.
anything that's wasted. Even Team Rocket selling lumberry juice was pivotal towards the plot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm genuinely
And then I was
surprised.
like, yeah, like when I put it together, it was so beautiful because like they didn't have enough of the stuff necessary in order to make the chemical to make the cure. And then I thought about, I was like, wait a minute, doesn't Team Rocket sell lumberries right now? And then Torin looks at Team Rocket like, yes, they're gonna use it. They're gonna use what I fucking thought. I felt so accomplished because I'm like, I'm glad that everything in this movie has some purpose. There's nothing that ever is just useless.
And then all the electric Pokemon trying to get the laboratory up by using all the electric attacks. That was beautiful too.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
You know, in retrospect, I was sitting here trying to think of my thing in my brain. I'm like, you know, instead of praising the movie, you probably should at least try to come up with one criticism. I'm sitting there like, I can't fucking think of anything.
It's perfect.
I genuinely can't. I genuinely can't.
The only downside really is TPCI's handling of the name Lisa. That's the only
Well,
downside.
Realistically,
Risa isn't that bad of a name though, so I'm not losing sleep over
that's
it.
something we can talk about because you two have seen the dub, so and you two were the ones who mentioned that it's probably this is the closest they've been in parody. For those who don't know, why is that? Why is this movie dubbed? So
I'll let you have the honor.
Because by some god miracle, when they were in production for the dub of movie 21, Goldfarb was in Japan with his family. So therefore he couldn't make the score. So therefore we kept Miyazaki's score. Praise be.
So yeah, it got the Power of Us has the original score from Japan, and it's beautiful. It's great.
Now, is that the only reason why it's so close?
No, because the voice acting in it is actually competent.
Yeah, they do a really good
job. Sarah's Ash is really good.
The best she's done. I'm gonna say it right now. This is the best Ash she's done. And I feel like it's because she finally is. I guess it's maybe direction too. Well, like direction may have a lot to do with this because everybody here in the movie talks like real people. We do not get. The only time I cringe a little is when Ash kind of does his like speeches, but that's standard. That it's standard shonen anime protagonists. We can all do this if we put our hearts into it. Bullshit. So I wasn't annoyed by it, but it was like. In English, it's gonna be a little cringy. Ash goes, "If we all come together with the power of Pokemon, we can do anything."
To be fair,
I'm just like,
it's cringy in Japanese too.
Yeah. So I'm just like, but it was okay because at least the movie sticks with the theme and it feels natural when they utilize that theme. There's never a point where I go, "This is cheesy as fuck." Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, if I have a criticism, if I had to actually have like a deep criticism, they get a little inconsistent with Lugia himself. Lugia is supposed to give him the gift of the wind. When he shows up, he just makes it rain. I guess the idea is that during the festival, he's supposed to give him the gift of the wind.
Yeah, so it's implied.
He never does it. Yeah, he never does it. Whatever, it's fine. The movie wasn't about him for real. I mean, yeah, Lugia is the theme, but he's just meant to be a representation.
Representation of the wind power.
Yeah, he's not meant to be the end all be all.
Also, what's interesting is that in the dub as well, they actually kept some Japanese Pokemon voices.
Nice.
Like Bangirasu, Tyranitar's Japanese voices in it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
there's no reason, because even in English dub, some Pokemon don't say their name, so it's like if all they do is growl, there's no real reason to change it unless they actually.
Also, this is the first movie to have on TPCI with Argy or Holly Bowen, which is cool. It is cool that we have a person who was in the Pokemon community for many years be involved in the movie.
So I have a question.
Yay.
I think this will be fun. Who's your favorite Power of Us character?
Ooh. Do we discount Ash or do we count Ash?
No, we discount Ash because Ash.
Okay,
Ash would be my favorite if I didn't.
Yeah, I would say it'd be kind of unfair if we count Ash in this one.
No, we're talking about the movie specific characters.
Okay. TSS, you want to go first? I'm still thinking. That's why I'm asking.
I would say Torito, because he's very very shy at the beginning, and then he gets the confidence. He actually does play a really, I mean, the role that he plays. I love the role that he plays in getting the city back up and running again. I mean, it's not. There's really no way to say that no character actually. I think everybody contributed equally to the movie. It's just that Torito kind of reminds me of when I was younger, when I had like little confidence.
Yeah, he's probably
Had
the
it
more
built up.
relatable of the characters.
Relatable, yeah.
Yes, because he's around our age group. He's our demographic, I believe.
Yeah. I probably would say. I think since you chose him, I think I'll pick Lisa.
Damn, I was gonna. Damn it, ah!
You should have went first. You had the option.
You had the opportunity.
You gave it to
And you failed.
TSS.
Nah,
You gave TSS the ball and he scored.
I gave TSS the ball and he didn't pick Lisa. You did that shit.
Hey,
and the
listen,
reason is because I was still thinking, because all the characters are really fucking good.
I probably would say Lisa because I like the idea that I like the concept of she broke her ankle and chose not, and then afterwards the trauma was so bad that she chose not to try even when she was healed. To me, that shit relates on such a personal level. When you fuck up on something, and even though you have the ability to try again and do better, and you're so fucking scared of failing that it trips you out. That's why I think the Eevee scene touches me so fucking much. Because Eevee's leg was still hurt, and it was still pulling the fucking flame. And your leg is fine, and you tell me you won't run that bitch over? And she's like, I don't get it. Why would you try? You're in a lot of pain right now. And I'm like, yo, I can't.
Did you?
I
Oh
can't.
man, when she took her shoes off and got ready to run,
was so ready.
play? Did you play You Say Run in your hair from My Hero Academia?
No, Paulie would do that. I would do that.
No, screw that. You want to play what is it? The theme for the LA 84 Olympics.
I will.
It's anime and it fits the anime situation.
I have two other honorable mentions, but I want Tyler to give his first.
Okay, so since you picked Lisa, I'll go ahead and be different. I'm going to pick Harriet. Now,
Harriet actually is one of my honorable mentions. So go ahead.
Harriet. At first, I thought they were going to have a whole little thing with Harriet, like.
Fire.
Yeah, she didn't like Pokemon, and I was like, oh, this cliche again. Where I thought what was gonna happen, she was gonna see everybody unite with their Pokemon, and she was finally gonna like come to and just be like, oh, I've been such a bitter old lady the whole time. No, there's a reason why, and she distanced herself from Pokemon because the last time she opened up and became friends with a Pokemon, it died. So they oh my god, they touch death so beautifully, and they don't spill her beans at the beginning of the movie or the middle. They save it specifically for when they make it to the part of the movie where it's relevant, and I love it. They could have easily just had Harriet slam her door when all the Pokemon were outside of her house, and then look at like a picture of Snubbull or something. And then they could have just cut to the next scene and we'd be like, oh, okay, Snubbull died. No, they saved that shit for the very end when she has the key. The very key that Snubbull provided her before he got incinerated. Such a beautiful way to reveal that.
I want to literally give you my reaction when I was watching this earlier today. I'm sitting in my chair at work. I'm on break, but I'm at work watching this, and I'm sitting in my chair. And I see the scene with her clutching her hand. I'm like, okay. The glove hand is a reference because she's already hinted. This is the second time I've seen her hint to it. What's it going to be? And she's like, not again. And I'm like, not again? What does that have to do with your hand? And then it goes back into the flashback. And I'm like, no, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. And then I see the scene with Stone. I'm like, no. And I bang my hand on the fucking desk. And then as it cuts back to the present, you see the ghost of Snubbull pushing her from the side, and I dead ass. I got up and flipped my chair. I went, no!
Everybody in the office like, what the fuck?
I was like, how dare you!
Oh my god!
I was so out of
it. That is r/public freakout worthy.
No, they even hint at her Snubbull stuff, but they don't hint at it like the way I said. They did a really great job of hinting at it, where the Pokemon keep trying to head towards this box, and she's like, yo, this box is off limits. Well, what's in that box? You don't stop and think about it for a while because the scene just jumps to the next part of the movie. But then we see that box again. She opens it up as the key. That's the last thing Snubbull gives her before he bites it. Literally, Snubbull saved everybody.
Well, because the movie's really subtle with her part of the story, where the only two hints you get is the box scene, and then at one point you see her with the camera focus in on her glove hand trembling. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it isn't until the scene where the flashback happens where you get the full context. And I'm like, that is surprisingly subtle. And Pokemon has never really been subtle with that kind of shit. So I was like, all right. The other honorable mention I want to give to is Callahan. I was very touched, but that was probably my first tear up scene when him and Sudowoodo having that like emotional moment where he's like, "I'll always be a liar, and so are you. We're just a pair of weaklings." And Sudowoodo's like, "I don't give a damn. We're better than this." And I'm like, "No, you're not gonna get me to feel some type of way about this shit."
And then he digs the Pokeball out of the trash, which means dropping the Pokeball in the trash was relevant towards the plot.
And I was like, "You don't do this."
Also, buff Usopp.
Oh, yeah.
Buff.
Yeah, the way he uses Mimic in this movie is kind of weird.
I congratulate how he uses Mimic. I'm glad.
Dogasu was praising that when it first came out. It's like he told us, wait until you see it, wait until you see it, wait until you see it. And now that I saw it, it's like, yep. Now I know why.
I congratulate them. I like how Sudowoodo used Mimic because I always was annoyed a little bit where in the anime, if a Pokemon uses Mimic, their body just glows and they use the same attack. Whereas here we see that Sudowoodo's whole anatomy changes to fit the situation necessary to use the move.
Yeah.
I like that.
Even when he uses
and then Togepi using Hydro Cannon. God damn it.
It's so random, yo.
No, it wasn't random. Togepi used Metronome.
I know, but I'm saying it just felt random in the sense of the scene. Not that it didn't make sense. More so that I was like, oh, well, Togepi's gonna help. What is okay, Togepi. Also,
I like how, when Togepi kept waving its hands, they lift it up so it doesn't do it again.
It's also kind of weird that, when Sudowoodo uses, I guess he was using his Mimic from Water Gun. It starts off like it's going to be Water Gun, and then, he holds the water back, and he just spits out this stream, and I'm like, you have way too much personality for me to never see you again. That was my thought process watching Sudowoodo. I'm like,
shit, that's the downside. We'll never see a bunch of these characters anymore.
I know.
It's so weird, yo. It's such a.
I think for being one and done, I think this is a great service.
Yeah, I can't even. There is no. I don't think I have enough words to describe how genuinely surprised I was by this film.
Yeah.
This film was. Fuck, I think this. Before we do this, because I kind of want to get into final thoughts, but before we do this. Anything else we need to address before I go into that?
Did you want to talk about the poachers, by the way? Because they just sort of show up and then just sort of leave.
Not really. They kind of just serve their. Yeah, they just serve their. They just serve the purpose of
Officer
trying
Ginny
to find
arrest them, or do they get away?
They get arrested.
Yeah,
okay, that's good. All right, good. So they're taken care of. All right, I just wanted that bow tied because I can't remember them that well. I felt like they did just kind of show up as a plot device.
To be fair, they were hinted earlier in the film.
They were used earlier, but
Also, I love the fact that the whole a plot device is the Rocket stealing an SD card.
You're just entertained by that fact.
Yes.
I knew he would be.
I mean, yeah, and then
also,
then
why the fuck would you? Why would you have a recording of you helping a man cheat at a catching contest? That's a better question to me.
I think they just didn't think about it. They probably just kept it on record, and I don't know.
Yeah, why would it's one of those? Why would you have evidence of this? I didn't know.
Well, the plot just needed to. I don't know. Just
it's a real it's a really cool plot vehicle. It's one of those things. It's like it feels like so ultra modern.
I didn't expect it. Like I knew Torin was going to be nervous during the presentation because he was a mess. But the minute he played that, I was just like, oh, that's gonna call out Callahan, and in turn, that's gonna make Kelly upset. And I was like, oh man, all of it at once.
It links up perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah. Oh my goodness, it's the first time I've seen like a legitimately string together plot Pokemon since what, 3?
Yeah, it's been a while, dude. It's been so long.
Yeah,
it's such a good film.
This movie, this exceeds just a Pokemon film. This is just a good movie.
Animation film. It's a fine example.
It's a good animated film.
So good.
Yeah,
indeed.
I don't. Anything else? I don't have words anymore. I'm at a loss for words.
I can't think of anything else. I praised the movie for basically everything.
I'll say this one right now because it's not going to fit in the final thoughts. But I remember the first time I watched a movie with KG down in Union Square, which was Pokémon the movie because of course those people can't because Regal theaters do not have freaking Unicode text to translate the accented E. And I remember one guy was reacting to the Lugia music at the beginning. I was like, yeah, Lugia!
I love the goddamn Pokemon Center music. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was great too. But the I think I remember the first full time that I watched in Japanese was actually on a Singapore Airlines flight coming back from Japan. It was kind of funny because Singapore Airlines actually had both English and Japanese audio, which is crazy.
That is nuts.
It is to watch a great movie either in both languages, and I'll say, it's just a great experience with that. And with that, let's go to our final thoughts because I don't think there's anything else. We exhausted pretty much
every small thing. Even the small shit, like when Ash wakes up in his little hotel room because of
so much.
That's the first time I've seen
this
Ash,
movie that you cannot recall everything at once.
Oh, and it's and once you recall it, you get so happy because it's so good.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get to the scores.
I'm very conflicted on where I want to land in this because I'm afraid to say something reckless.
I'm giving it a 10. Go ahead.
I'm so conflicted. It's between a 9 and a 10.
10.
I'm paranoid. I'm like, dude.
This is the second 10 I've given a Pokemon movie.
I don't think I've given any of the movies a 10.
It might be the time.
I'm so conflicted,
It might be it. This might be it.
Right now, it's gonna say it a 9 only because I feel like I need to rewatch it a few times before I make a bold claim. I think it has to be a 9 for right now. I probably will rewatch it and see. Actually, you'll know when we do the top, when we rank the films. That'll be when I rewatch some of these films as like a double check. But man, honestly, right now I'm feeling 10, but for right now I'm gonna keep it at a 9 because I feel like I'm off a post movie high, and I need to make sure I'm good with this like a few hours from now. TSS, go for it. Holy shit.
Originally, I was going to give it a 9.5, but I will tell you, after watching it twice, after watching it in both languages, this is easily a 10 out of 10. This is easily a 10 out of 10. This is TPCI's best effort ever for a Pokemon movie. Ever. This is about as good as the Kids WB like movie 2 and movie 3 films. But I'd say in the modern era, where this had a perfectly made dub, the Japanese, as of course, with Yuyama direct. I'm not sorry, not Yuyama. Otsuka directing. I'm getting the fucking guys wrong. Fuck me. Tetsuo Yajima as a director. They need to use this guy for every movie going forward because his ideas rung on, like, checked every single box in my book.
Can
So-
I make a comment real fast because
Sure.
I'm reacting to the comment section right now, the chat,
It's
where
so
everybody, where a lot of you guys are saying like, oh, this is just so weird to see Tyrone extremely positive on a Pokemon movie to give it a 10. He's usually negative. Okay, so the reason I'm usually negative is because I know they can do shit like this. I know this has to be possible. This is what you need to strive for. Don't ever accept mediocre. This is what Pokemon movies should aim to be.
Yes.
Like like TSS just said, every Pokemon movie needs to basically just be like this.
Yes,
or
it's the same
enhance
guy who
upon
directed some
this.
episodes in X and Y too. Yeah.
Yes, or enhance upon this. Like this is the line, the standard for Pokemon movies to me. So if they can perform this well, then yeah, I'm gonna be negative at all the other ones that do half-ass jobs.
And this guy also did Hunter x Hunter Best Wishes season 2.
Oh my goodness.
Ah,
Yeah,
go!
that's him. That's him. Yeah, it's just
Even
like
even stuff for like the Yokai Watch Shadow Side openings.
yeah, it's just like when you see a Pokemon movie like this, and it's got nothing to do with just visuals. Visually, it's beautiful, but also musically, it's beautiful. Plot-wise, it's beautiful. Story-wise, it's beautiful. Everything about this movie should pretty much be what the other movies probably should have been if actual work was put into them. And I don't want to hear that it's not possible, because movie 3, like I said, was the only other movie I gave a 10 to. So obviously, it's close.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yajima is the best Pokemon director. For
Basically.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's a good
yeah,
film.
so we pretty much all Terrell's gonna wait till he gets off his high and then give it a 10 later.
Like he's like, you're gonna give it a 10.
Yes, you are.
It's just
You know,
gonna
the
take a
fucking
while.
movie- Here's my only issue, and it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just America's treatment toward. I'm not talking about the film itself. I'm the people working on the film. I'm talking about America's treatment towards advertising the movie.
Yeah,
That's-
it was
that's-
criminally
Yeah, my issue
under
was-
advertised.
Yeah, all they really did was say, "Hey, the movie's in some theaters. Go watch it. It's going to be in theater for like 2 or 3 days or whatever." Where it like they could have imagine what would happen if The Power of Us got the same treatment as movie 1 did in 1990s. Imagine. Could you imagine? Well, 1999 or
Well,
whatever. The movie is.
I'll say this
Could
as
you
well.
imagine what would happen if they had the same advertisements?
I want to actually go and I want to diverge into something that Dogasu said when the movie originally came out. He said that from his perspective, it's a movie that not everybody's gonna like because of probably the stark change in probably the story and also the way that the film is being delivered. It did worse than movie 20 in the box office.
Yeah, it bums me out.
Japan.
That's yeah.
Which is a real shame. However, I would say that I would disagree with that statement and say that I would say for the majority of people in the West, I think this was a fantastic movie. It's a perfect Pokemon movie. I mean, it can stand shoulder to shoulder to great movies such as like Your Name and
yeah.
other
Oh
things.
my God. Yes.
I would say in the range of emotions, it comes very close to that level. Very close. Maybe 1 or 2 ticks away, but very close.
It's on Blu-ray for $15. Fucking buy it.
Go buy it.
Buy the goddamn movie.
Buy it in Japanese too. Buy the whole fucking thing. Buy
Yeah.
the whole thing.
There's a collection for like $21. Buy it. It comes with a poster.
You get a copy, and then you get a copy, and you buy a copy. Everyone buy a fucking copy.
Yes, buy it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
movie,
so
and the
good.
sad part is movie 22 is the highest grossing
Eat
Pokemon.
a dick!
I know.
That's nostalgia. Nostalgia's driving
Yeah,
that whole
nostalgia.
train.
All right,
Yeah,
listen,
shit.
for the sake of recording, we cannot go into this diverging of
Yes.
this. Because
Yeah.
It's going to be healthy. Also, my mother's about to come in here and bust this room open and interrupt me like she always does. And
So,
there she
let's-
goes.
Hey,
I
hi.
didn't. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Terrell's mom.
Yeah, I already talked to her.
Woo, Terrell's mom
We'll talk in a
cameo.
second.
Okay, well, I'm finna eat.
Okay.
She's finna eat.
I know. Shut the door.
You gotta eat.
She
Finna eat, y'all.
See, I knew this was going to happen. It's fine.
This is what
It's
Terrell's
fine.
mom is best mom.
She's best wishes mom.
Yep.
It's fucking terrible. But yeah, I think the whole point is it's a great film. It's an amazing film. Buy the film, support the film. Fuck you, movie 22, and you fucking Jim Warners. This is what you want? A old bullshit ass film?
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna be watching in less than 2 weeks. So.
Well, I mean, hey, listen. Well, actually, you'll be doing it on the pod, right? You'll be giving like your thoughts and impressions.
Yeah, like very briefly
Yeah.
during the trip because I will have some time, so I'll probably just give it, probably just talk about it for a few minutes.
Okay, well
But
then
I will eventually do that.
I'm gonna plug KG's Twitch, which I'm pretty sure I'll be auto hosting anyway. So follow KG on Twitch and then follow his YouTube channel. So if you want early impressions of 22, I don't know why you would, but some people would. You'll get it. But it's a great film. Fucking love this film. Just to give people a quick update on what's going on moving forward. So we're done essentially with all the films that are out. 22 is out in Japan, but not necessarily out in America yet. Although some people have seen it, and some people will continue to see it.
Yeah, because Anime Expo.
But I'm probably not gonna touch that film for a while, only primarily because it's a remake of the first film, and because there's not a hurry to do that.
Yeah.
Also, in a few weeks, well, actually, what, in 2 weeks, right? TSS will be in Japan.
Yeah.
11 days from now.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks, TSS will be in Japan, and then around 2 weeks, me, Tyrone, and a few other of our cool dudes and dudettes will be in DC. So, in terms of movie reviews, the Pokemon content will probably slow down for like the next few weeks. We'll obviously do like our top 20 series, so we might give the few weeks to do that, and then we'll jump back into it with that. I have a few ideas of what I want to do moving forward, but as far as movie reviews, until we eventually do 22, we're done. It's a great way to end it personally, because this movie is so fucking good.
Good.
Yes.
It's so fucking good. Thank you, Tyrone. Thank you, TSS. I appreciate the support and the conversation I'm allowed to have because I have amazing people that I get to work with. Also want to do this for the sake of the video. Shout outs to KG, Nessa, Holly, Richie. I think that's our main crew, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. And then the guests we had, like Saiyan.
I feel like was that our only guest?
I think that was it.
Okay.
Nessa was a guest, and then she became a permanent member.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support. I need to go eat whatever food I have, or else it will be gone.
He finna eat.
Go support everybody here, and everybody always put their stuff in the description. I'm going to put their stuff in the description even if they aren't in this video, since this is the last one we'll be doing for a little while anyway. Enjoy Pokemon. The movies are good. Some of them are better than others, and some of them are fucking garbage. But hey, it's all for the love of the same franchise. And with all that being said, it's a game. Play to win. And I will catch you guys later. Also, Fire Emblem stream either late tonight or tomorrow. Look for that. Anyways.
And if he does the stream, I'll join in.
Yes. Peace up.
Bye.
Everybody
Pikachu's
wave.
outbreaking.
Wave, everybody.
Bye.
Wave.
Waves in Spanish.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching.